Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Christ Through Me pod. My name is Christina, and this is,
Lindsay or Grace.
and she is our special guest today on our first very episode of the podcast.
Yay!
And this is minus the intro that I did. so, a little bit of a backstory before we start is actually I met Lindsay in 2014.
Wow, 10 years ago.
Like 10 years. 10 years we've been friends, guys. And I met her in college. And I remember like just meeting her and like I just remember how like cute and innocent you were, and like just pure, like just such a pure soul. Like something like God was like, okay, you need to meet this person, you need to be friends with this person. Like there's something with her, like you're gonna click, and that's exactly what happened. We clicked right off the bat, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same. Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a lot of friends in our class, but we never got, like, very close to them, I guess. Like, we disconnected with a lot of them. But with you, it was always like, hey, we'll see you once a month or like once a year or anything like that, and we still connect.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we made like a lot of wonderful friends in LaSalle at our
Mhm.
college, and like there's still a lot of long-lasting friendships. Like there's still a lot of
Yeah.
people that we still talk with. But Lindsay and I, like, I really thought like because we had different career paths when we graduated, so I really thought like, okay, like we're graduated. I'm gonna go my own way. She goes her own way. Like I'm never gonna see her, and we're just like kept college friends. But we really kept in touch after. Like we were texting back and forth. We were always hanging out.
I didn't know it was
And
gonna happen too.
and the best part is we were actually like always wishing each other well and like praying for each other. And was
We didn't even know.
we didn't even know we didn't even know that was happening. We were just praying for each other, and yeah, our friendship really stood and lasted long, and I'm really blessed to have her. God really gave her to me and was like,
That's so
here's a
sweet.
Here's a Lindsay in your life.
And here's a Christina. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Of course. All right, so today's topic, that was our backstory of our friendship. Today's topic is secular music. Secular music.
Yeah. We're back
Now,
to it again.
both of us are actually big fans of music. I have been always the type of person to like always listen to music. Like people would always find me with my earbuds in, no matter what I was doing. And well, Lindsay, well, she's a singer and a dancer, so music is kind of part of her life.
Yeah, I mean, it was more like a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I connect myself to God also. Um, yeah, I did dancing more than singing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do singing first and dancing, but I did the opposite because
Yeah.
I feel like through movements and through dancing, I can express myself more, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree too, because in singing it's like you have to have like the right tone and stuff, but like dancing is like a style
Yeah.
that you have. Yeah,
I'm
I
not,
like that.
I'm not the greatest singer, but like I do worship in songs, like hill songs, and I enjoy it,
Yeah,
you know.
that's actually a part of me got into worship music because, like I mentioned in my intro, guys, that God put me through a fasting season, and that fasting season was not of food. It was of music, of secular music. So those who don't know, secular music is basically regular music you hear on the radio, from artists like Beyonce, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, like things like that, right?
Yeah.
And God put me in that fasting season because, believe it or not, it was actually a big part of my problem. It was a problem that I was always listening to different types of music, and I was taking in different types of energies from those musics, and those energies actually like had a big impact on my life because we as humans are spiritual beings, and in the spiritual realm, like when you're listening to the music, things are just happening, and it's that saying where they say you're dancing with the devil. And sometimes, guys, it's almost like that. Like you have in the spiritual realm, you're listening to a specific music, you're participating singing along or dancing along, and there's in the spiritual realm, it looks like you're, singing and dancing with demons. And it was eye opening for me because I was like, I never thought music, out of all things, would be a problem.
Yep.
And then God was like, yeah, no, you gotta stop this. Like, not forever, because of course we live in a world where secular music is everywhere, at a store, at a party. I can't go to a party and be like, hey, can you play worship songs?
You're gonna have to tell her to go to the church next door.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, go to the church next door. There's, and it's fine. I understand, like, that's the norm of today. And the thing is that I'm just more well aware of it now, that it does affect me in a negative way, and God convicts me in that way as well. So I just kind of limit it nowadays to just like when I'm out with friends. But then on my own, I'm just like full on worship and worship music, like Hillsong, Elevation. I also I like different genres like rap and like rock. So I listen to artists like, Forrest Frank, Torrin Wells. So they have like, worship music, but in a different genre. So I love that.
That's nice. You used to listen to a lot of songs that
yeah, that would
deleted on her Spotify playlist.
I used to, but that's, what, it's true, because I actually sat down with the Holy Spirit and I was like, okay, guide me to what I need to take out of my playlist.
Yeah.
And what I took out was like millions of songs.
Songs she even liked.
Songs I loved and like listened to religiously. And I'm just gonna name a few, but like I had to take out like a lot of Taylor Swift, a lot of Beyonce, and it's
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
You listen to those.
I was like, but God, like these are like artists that I love listening to, and He's like, no, this is the problem, and I'm like, okay, all right, so I had to take out a few. I had to take out all kinds. I cleansed up. She was shook. Yeah. She was like, when I told her like how much songs I took out, she's like, what?
That's basically all her playlists.
Yeah, it was my entire
like her
playlist.
Old playlist, and then she just has a new playlist.
Yeah. And my old playlist, I remember, was like about 2,000 songs on there.
Yeah. She said the last video, she said it was in the 70s, but
actually no, like now is those are the songs that like I'm actually able to listen to. Yeah, like there's songs that I'm able to listen to that Lindsay's not a fan of. It's fine, I love her, but I can listen to only like music from the 70s, 80s, sometimes the 90s.
Some of them I do like.
Yeah.
My parents listen to too. Yeah.
But the reason why is because they're like so like more upbeat. There's more like
we like the old school vibes.
There's more, I don't know, they're old school vibes, but also like they're more like loving, more upbeat.
I mean, all the songs now is about breakup and like a lot of
they're sad. They're really sad. Like there's these songs, like it could be, I think it was Harry Styles, the song As It Was. It's actually it's actually, guys, it's a very sad song, but it's upbeat.
It is upbeat.
And I was like, but
we don't really listen to. I know we don't even read the lyrics. We just listen to the beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's even songs we don't even like check up the lyrics. We just jam into it. Sometimes we don't realize.
Yeah. Just like Blackpink.
Yeah, Blackpink.
Yeah, Blackpink was a big one. Like we listened to Blackpink together, and I don't understand nothing, guys. And one of my favorite songs was Tally. And
Tally's in English. Tally's in English, and she doesn't even know what she's saying. She knows the words. But it's about a breakup song too.
Yeah.
But it's a nice beat. Like she really loved that song too. She sang it with me every carpool. All the time I see
the
her.
video she has.
The video I have.
No. That's the old me, guys. No, but honestly, like it's true that the amount of times that we get into music and we don't understand, like we're not processing the lyrics behind everything. And it's like we're just jamming, we're just like, okay, we hear it, we're participating, we sing along to the lyrics. But if you actually sit down and read the lyrics, you're like, whoa.
I didn't know I was saying those.
Like, what is this person saying, and why am I saying this?
You were just jamming into it that time.
And it puts you in a trance too. Like there's old videos of me like at the club that I used to like. I never even knew. Like I used to be like dancing and singing along to these songs. especially like some explicit songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like my friend would send me the video the next day, and I'm like,
That's
that was
me.
me. I was singing that. I was dancing like that. I'm like, wait, what?
You guys want to see
I'm like,
Christina dance?
no, no, that's not me anymore.
I don't have
No,
videos of you.
but like for real, it's just it's insane what music can really do.
Yeah.
And I get there's people that use it to kind of relate to what they're feeling, and that's completely fine as well. But when you're I guess when you're on a journey with God and you're trying to hear him clearly, I really couldn't hear him clearly with all that music in my head. All the stuff, like all of the different things that was being put in my soul, like and there was different things. It was just like, breakup songs, explicit songs, and all those. It was like it was not promoting God. It was promoting other things, and I was like, how am I supposed to hear God if I'm listening to different things like of this world, And it was crazy. Do you have any experiences with music?
Honestly, not as much though, because like I explained before this to you, with music, it's it's different. Like when I dance, I listen more to the beat because we dance through beat and not through the words of the song. So, um, let's I used to live in Toronto, so we'll talk about that more further on. But when I used to live in Toronto, I used to live with my family that are Christian, and I'm Catholic, but my family that are Christian in Toronto, I would only listen to Hillsong.
Yeah.
All the time, car rides, home, everywhere, and that's how I start connecting to God. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But how did you actually like connect to God through music? Like how did you feel it,
I was crying a lot when I started going to Toronto. When I went to Toronto and I started doing Bible study every Sunday, Saturdays, and Wednesdays with my family, I think the way, like when you sing the song, you really feel it, especially the words. I remember I was singing for a choir in Toronto when I was living there, and the the lyrics to the song made me cry, and the message to the song didn't make me cry. So always at the beginning, there's a few couple of songs we'd sing, and then after you have the message, and then at the end you have like the rock type of songs, hill songs. So yeah, I mean, I see it through. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I think like what you said is like it's like just crying and being vulnerable with God is such a precious thing when you're on your journey with God, because it's like that's such that's such an amazing way to like see him as a father and be like, I just want to cry and be vulnerable
the
to you.
connection you have with God.
Yeah, because sometimes like kind of like me, where I don't know how to pray properly sometimes. Not pray properly, like my prayers are like conversations with God, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like it's more of like, if I don't know what to say, this like music knows what to say for me. So I would like put on a song and be like, okay, God, this is what I'm feeling for you right now.
You just sing it. You sing the song because that's a prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that so much.
Too.
Yes, before sleeping.
Yeah, before sleeping, I would turn my Alexa on and be like, "Hey, play some Hillsong." And yeah, honestly, that too makes my dog fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah. It's like other slow songs I put. No, he gets so hyper, but like talking about my dog, like he falls asleep to Hillsong.
Wait, it's funny. It's funny.
Soothing song.
It's funny you mentioned that, because animals are like they're able to tell like energies, and they're able, right?
Yeah.
So I guess when you put like secular music on, they get like very hyped because it's like different energies in the room.
Yeah.
And when you put like worship songs, it's like they feel the presence of peace.
Yeah.
They feel Jesus. They feel God.
Yeah.
And it's like probably with them it's as peaceful as we feel it.
That was only recently too.
Yeah.
It's like I'd say like 3-4 months ago when I started listening to it even more. I'm like, oh, it really makes him fall asleep faster than me.
That's crazy.
But it makes him fall asleep. So
I love that you said that. That's crazy.
No, I totally forgot. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And he only falls asleep to my couple of my favorite songs. Like other songs, I think because I sing to it as well.
Yeah.
Because every time I sing to him, he does fall asleep, just like a baby.
Wow. She has a soothing voice, guys. She really does.
It's alright. It's okay.
No, but seriously.
Thank you.
No, but like adding to that, I mean like worshiping through music, it's like I love to do it in the car. I love
Oh gosh,
I have like okay, guys, I don't know if you guys feel me right now, but there's sometimes most days I get in the car and I tell Jesus like, okay, come in the car with me. We're doing carpool karaoke, you know. I'm like, get in, let's go sing, you know.
Yeah.
I could be on my way to work or like on my way anywhere. Like today I was on my way to pick her up. And I was like, I'm like, Jesus, let's sing. We're good. And sometimes I would cry. But then I'm like,
Speaking about crying.
yeah. I told her a story where like there was people like in, you know, that would let's say
Right
like be
next to
stopped
you.
at like the red light,
Yeah.
and there was a car beside me, like these people in it, and you look over and you just see me like bawling my eyes out.
Sometimes I
Their
think
thought
like
process.
when she said that she was smiling and crying at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, if I was next to your car, I would, roll down my windows and be like, "You okay, girl? Do you need a little break? Because it's very dangerous if you drive and you're crying at the same time."
No,
I
but
would have
yeah,
been worried.
I'm pretty sure people next to me like probably thought I was going through like a breakup or something,
I think so.
or like a family member or
That's
something,
tough.
like for sure.
That's tough.
But like I'm just there. I'm there like smiling and crying and like talking to like Jesus and like
Yeah.
and people. I'm pretty sure I look crazy.
I mean, I think I had the same experience, but I wasn't crying. I was just running some errands on Friday, driving my car, and when I was running some errands, sometimes I play some Hillsong, and when I sing, I like to shout it out. So it looks like I was shouting on the phone with someone through
You're
Bluetooth, but
screaming.
I don't know. Maybe some people did look at me and be like, "Oh man, this girl's like so mad."
Yeah, this girl has
But
like
no,
some
I
anger
was
to get out.
worshiping. I was worshiping,
She's
and
like telling someone off right now.
hey, I think it's better than crying and smiling at the same time.
How? What?
That looked more scarier though.
Like Chucky.
Let's not go there.
That's for another topic. No, but it's crazy. You know what? It's funny how our lives can fully change from like, you know, always listening to a regular type of music, secular type of music,
Yeah.
and just like full on worship, going into worship music, and it was all because of falling in love with the Lord, like falling in love with
Yeah.
God. And it's like God led us to different things and just made us more aware of this world.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like we're still living in this world, but
Mhm.
like we can't escape it at the moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so much more comforting like knowing that God is there and you're just able to like kind of maneuver yourself around the world,
Mm-hmm.
be made aware and like not participate things of the world,
Yeah.
but just follow God and just he starts bringing like little things to you and you're like, wow, I didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
Like
Surprisingly.
I never knew of like gospel music before, worship music, like
Hey,
nothing.
I tell you about it. Me too. Before I moved to Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit more of Toronto.
So, Christina knows. Before meeting her, I actually moved to Toronto when I was 14. I grew up there for 4 years. I mean, I was born and raised here, but then when I finished my high school, I moved there. And such a young age, being away from my parents was a bit hard. I cried almost like the first months, I cried almost every week, knowing that my family is not close to me. And then I started crying every month. And the connection I had with my family was we were really close. I was living with my aunt and my cousins. I loved them so much, or my mom's side, but I felt like, Toronto is so busy. It's a busy city where you just work, school, stress of going home, and everything else. So I didn't feel a connection with God. I was more into like, when I moved to Toronto, I was like, hey God, you watch my family in Montreal. Please take care of them while I do my job where my parents want me to finish study, get my diploma, and then out of there and come back home. Um, yeah, I felt more connection when only when I'm in Montreal. But when I went to Toronto, the only connection I felt is every Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday when I went to Bible study or when I went to church. But I felt very, very not like safe, but not comfortable
Yeah.
in a way, because I felt like I was so busy in Toronto, so I couldn't connect with God at all. Um, but here I am. Years later,
Yeah.
I still know that God is with me to just help me out and
Yeah.
move forward. So
Well, thank you for that story.
yeah, sweet and
Like
short.
to add to add though, it's like it's crazy because most people like would move out from their parents like at 18 and over, and you were 14, girl.
Yeah, I was really young. I still wanted mom
14.
and dad, you know?
I
Yeah.
know, and it's like
Yeah.
at that time as well, already amazes me that you had some sort of relationship with God.
Mhm.
But it's of course it's normal where it's like you left a household where God was centered in it,
Yeah.
and you felt distant from that because
Yeah, super.
you thought that God only stayed with the family
Mhm.
and that he
Mhm.
wasn't with you. And then I think by going to your Bible study in your church,
Mhm.
you thought you would regain that, and you were during that moment
Mhm.
because you thought of the church equals God.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the truth of it is that it's like we really don't need a church to be in connection with God.
Mhm.
God is everywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's something called omnipresent.
Mhm. Yeah.
Omnipresent, right? And he is everywhere at once. And just as he was with your family during that time, he was with you as well. And I know it was a hard time for you, but I'm pretty sure like he was the one, like that strength that got you through it.
Mhm.
And it's so crazy how like at a young age of 14, you were still so aware of like God being
for
around
sure.
you,
Yeah.
and just trying to make it even though it was a tough time. And sometimes like the reality of the world, it's really like kind of, it puts a wall on us. It kind of like makes us be like, oh well, we're lonely, or we don't have our family here. But you know the truth of it is that God is there, right? And God will always be there.
Mhm.
But when you look at your situation, like, it's the reality of the
Mhm.
real world.
Mhm.
And you look at your situation, you're like, yeah, but I'm in this empty space right here alone.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes, especially at a young age, it's so hard to be like, God's with me. It's so hard to like just change that mindset. And it still is to this day. There's
It is.
I sometimes I catch myself like
Yeah.
I'm facing, like, let's say like a struggle in my life, and I'm just my mind is set on the reality of it, but not on God, on the truth.
Mhm.
And the truth of it is that God can bring you through anything, for sure. And I find us, like, at our loneliest times, we rely on like different things to like help us through that time. And a lot of people, they would rely on music,
Mhm.
and that's, I mean, it's fully normal. There's no judgment there, and nor should it ever be judged. Um, I think, music is a way to escape this thing so-called life.
So-called life.
But it's just sometimes, at least from what I was experiencing, the music put me more in a deeper hole than anything else. Because I was listening to music that was not feeding my soul properly. I was putting like different things, different energies. I was being exposed to all kinds except for God.
Yeah.
And it was a time where God was like, okay, stop this, listen to me, and follow me. And then when I did finally stop it, I fully like heard him. I fully heard him, and I just like, okay, let me follow you. And that's exactly what happened.
That's it.
You know,
That's
our
nice.
our stories are honestly like, they're it's crazy from where we were and now where we are.
Now, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and like stories
Where
like
it brought
yours,
us to.
yeah, and stories like yours, like you were in a very sad time when you were in Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look at your life now and you're like, thank you God, you
Yeah,
know?
I didn't even know I would make it this far.
Yeah,
Also, I've been through a lot. We both been through a lot.
we both,
I think she knows my whole story, but
yeah.
like it's been tough years in my 20s. It
Yeah,
was really hard. But yeah, God was there and He brought us here.
yeah. And sometimes, guys, God works in forms of friendships. And I think like during those times where when I first met her,
Mm.
we were exploring because we were like in college. Like, okay, let's do this. We had different
Exactly.
lifestyles, yes.
Yes.
I had more of like the raving party scene. You were more of
Yeah.
like the chilling.
Chilling,
But
talking.
there's times where it's like Lindsay would come to me and be like, "Girl, like, don't you just want to stay home? Don't you just want to
Oh my gosh,
don't you just want to go to like a restaurant and chill?" And I would
just
like,
talk.
yeah. And sometimes it's like it's God moving through her, trying to tell me like, okay,
Mhm.
calm, like slow down.
Mhm.
Slow down. Like this scene is not, not for you.
Mhm.
Like come just chill with me. And I loved our moments. I loved our moments where we just like stay in a coffee shop all day and just like
All day.
talk
I
and
think the longest we stayed in a coffee shop was like not as long, 5 hours. Just talk and
yeah,
talk.
I think yeah, it was 5 hours.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just had to let out everything we had inside.
yeah.
It felt good. It's like
It
a
felt good.
therapy.
It was.
It
It
was
was like a
friend
therapy.
therapy. Oh man, I remember those days.
Yeah. And we
Interesting.
still have those days,
We
but
still do.
it's like I said, God comes in friendships as well. And
Mhm.
I I'm like telling you guys that the people you surround yourself with, it truly does matter because there's a story in the Bible where someone was healed by their friend's faith.
Mhm.
And that's exactly like, if I didn't have friends that prayed for me or wanted the best for me, I wouldn't be where I'm
Yeah.
at right now. And
Same here.
I've had people in the past where like they just nothing was working out for me. And then the
Yeah.
minute
It
the
always
minute
went.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the minute God removed them from my life, it's like all of
Now
these
you're going higher.
all of these blessings. I'm like, oh, okay. And it clicked,
It was the
it
right
clicked.
choice.
And
Yeah.
God made like Lindsay stay throughout my entire life. Well, throughout 10 years already. And just kind of like making our friendship flourish.
Mm.
And there's sometimes like we work telepathically.
We actually do. It's scary.
Yeah, there's
But it's
sometimes
so cool.
I'm just like, okay, Lindsay needs help right now. Like I know
Yeah.
that she's not going, like she's, not happy. She's going through something,
Mhm.
and I would text her to like call her, and she'd be like, "Girl, like, yeah, like I'm not doing good."
Like, you good?
Yeah, and vice versa, vice versa. Like sometimes she'll text me and like, she's like, "I feel like you're like, you're down or something. I haven't heard from you." Like
Yeah,
stuff like that.
she's bad at replying sometimes. I would message her mom
She goes through my mom, guys.
because I don't know. Sometimes I know she's okay. So what I do first is I would check. I would text her and then I see it's delivered. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's on a trip again. I check her stories on Instagram and that's when I know, okay, she's safe.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can tell if something's wrong, which
Yeah.
yeah,
We could. We're like sisters and like soul sisters, soul
soul
ties.
sisters. I like that connection though.
I do.
But
I
if
do
not,
too.
if she does not answer, I'm running to her mom and
Yeah,
I say,
she runs my
"Mom,
own.
where is Tina?"
There was a couple of times you ran to my
A
mom.
lot of times I was so worried. She's like my mom too, so like I
Yeah.
was really worried.
Yeah. But I was also very like in my intro, I was heavy into my raving
Yeah,
culture that time.
yeah.
And
You
I
were
remember
just
I was
really busy.
yeah. I remember I was
Busy girl.
disconnecting from a lot of people.
A lot.
And it was actually funny because like mentioning that it was disconnecting. I was disconnecting from a lot of people that God put in my life, and then like getting close to people that were not even supposed, like they were just there for seasons.
Mhm.
Sorry guys, I have a cat. If this picked up my cat's meow,
It's
you
okay.
just met Dusty.
It's so cute.
But yeah, I mean this I know we're going to a friendship topic now. That's for another day, which you could be on as well.
It could be on.
I mean, we just talked about our friendship for like what, 5 minutes now. But I mean, yeah, leading back to secular music, our friendship was we always loved jamming out to music and stuff, and now I feel like we have a different connection where we know that we could actually listen to worship together, and like we won't judge each other for it, and we could like cry with it, and it's completely fine. Jesus will be in the room with us.
Oh my gosh, if they see us worshiping in the car together, they're gonna two of us crying at the same time. I think it would be no.
Yeah, no.
People will worry so much. Do you think we're fighting? Yeah, I mean, like even earlier, we were listening to
yeah, we were listening to elevation music.
Yeah, elevations in the car, and it was nice while we talk.
Yeah,
background music.
Good energy, good vibes. No, but yeah, like going back to the secular music, I truly felt like there was something corrupting my mind, and God really opened my eyes and said, like, this is the music. It really is the music. And, like I said, I still do listen to secular music. I'm limiting myself, of course, but I don't listen too much to today's music because I know that the industry could be very demonic nowadays. And it's proven time and time again on, on the medias, which will be discussed in another episode. But yeah, I just catch myself listening. If it's a secular music, I catch myself listening to a lot of older music, so from the 70s through the 90s. And I think that's where like my core genre right now is. It's really just the oldies and the goodies, and basically what my parents made me listen to is what I listen to now. And yeah, I don't worship any idols. That's another thing, guys.
I do.
She does, but it's fine.
As a dancer,
it's fine. God
we all have our favorites.
Yeah, we all have our favorites, and God, you know what? God convicts us in different ways. For me, like He really was like, you gotta stop with the music, and I did. For you, it might be something different,
Yeah.
And that's okay. Everyone has their own journey. Even you guys, some of you guys can listen to secular music with no problem. And some of you would get a feeling like I do, which is like very eerie, very uncomfortable. Like I need to really turn this off. And like I feel very drained, and it's normal. It's normal. I'm here to tell you guys, if you do feel like that, it is normal. God's trying to tell you something. And if you're like Lindsay, then it's fine. You'll be God will show you through the truth of different things. And yeah, we're here to tell you that just live your own journey with God. We're doing hearts now. Wait, what was the half heart that we were doing? Yeah, it's really cute. There was a TikTok where like a nurse, I think no, I think it was a nurse or surgeon.
I think it's a surgeon.
Yeah, there was a girl, like she was trying to do like a half heart with the surgeon, and the girl's like, no. Deny.
A cute one. That's a cute
one. It was cute. It was funny. But yeah, it's this is us, and like I said, live your own journey with God. This is basically just our perspectives, our opinions on things that we've experienced in our lives. Everyone has their own journeys, of course. But feel free to always like, comment, and subscribe. And this is us, Lindsay and Christina. We are the dynamic duo.
Wow.
We are such a dynamic duo.
This is cute.
And everyone always says it. Everyone's like, oh, where's Lindsay? Where's your Lindsay now?
Oh my God. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm back and about.
Yeah. And we might not like see each other often, but we're sisters. We're soul sisters. And if you guys want to see her on another episode, please feel free to comment. And right now, we are actually going to have a little music session. So, talking about worship, we have loved Hillsong. I don't know for how long you've loved, maybe for a long time.
For a long time.
For a long time. And I started listening to Hillsong about a year ago.
Oh, really?
About a year ago. About a year ago. And I love them as well. So here's Lindsay. She's going to be singing with her beautiful voice. At the Cross by Hillsong Worship. Oh Lord, you search me. You know my way.
love than this. You have overcome the grave. Oh, it is the highest place. What can separate me now? At the cross I bow my knees. Where your blood will shed for me. There's no greater love than this. You have overcome the grave. Glory fills the highest place. What can separate me now? You died of fear. You made a way where you say that it is done. You died of fear. You made a way where you say that it is done. And when the earth fails, falls from my eyes, and you stand before me, I know you love me. Oh, I know you love me. At the cross I bow my knees. Where your blood will shed for me. There's no greater love than this. You have overcome the grave. Glory fills the highest place. What can separate me now? At the cross I bow my knees. Where your blood will shed for me. There's no greater love than this. You have overcome the grave. Your glory fills the highest place. What can separate me now? You died of fear. You made a way where you said that it is done. You died of fear. You made a way where you said that it is done. You died of fear. You made a way where you said that it is done. You died of fear. You made a way where you said that it is done. Bye.